Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Within 30 days, just 30 days, we may discover which chart analysts in crypto are right about the market cycle top. But to be clear, I'm not saying that that is when the end of the market cycle is happening, but I'm saying certain things could unfold within that time period, which would make it very obvious who's right and who's wrong. Which is an interesting point of conversation. So I want to spend some time in this video talking about that because we just closed out October, and so we've got another data point. We have another closed month for Bitcoin, which leads the market. And I'm telling you, you'll see why I'm saying this the way I'm saying it. We will, in very short order, within 30 days, potentially have a really good idea of just how high this thing is going to go. Because there's a particular model that's one of the most popular models out there being followed by an insane number of people. This thing might get invalidated in that time period, in which case, who freaking knows? But before I go any further, I do want to be clear that I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. At the time I'm recording this, XRP is at $1.10. Bitcoin is at $62,325. You've got market cap for the asset class at over $2.7 trillion, and Bitcoin dominance at 43.23%. And take a look at this. Here's the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. How are those lovable, cuddly little lemmings out there, the typical retail speculators, how are they doing? Well, they're feeling greedy, so good for them. That's 74 out of 100, which is exactly the same as what it was yesterday. Here's a fun tweet. This is from Unchained Analytics analyst Will Clemente. It's pretty simple. It's self-explanatory. He simply wrote, new all-time high monthly close for Bitcoin. And indeed, this is true. So Bitcoin closed the month over $61,000, the highest monthly close in the history of Bitcoin. Everybody on board with the idea that we are definitely, unquestionably in a bull market? Is anybody doubting that at this point? This is astonishing here. So take a look at this. Here is a tweet from my fellow XRP YouTuber, the blockchain backer. This was on October 16th. And he put out the following, which is very controversial. In particular, I'll tell you what, these Bitcoin maxi types in particular, it's like they're offended by an idea that's different than their own. Because they all think that Bitcoin's going to go to $150, $200, $250,000 this market cycle. And who knows, maybe they're right. But they are offended by the blockchain backer having an idea that is different than their own. But here's what he tweeted out on October 16th. I believe the top of Bitcoin is the most likely to occur around $72,000 to $75,000, leading into a multi-year bear market. And then he makes a thread articulating the case. So my point is not to run through the whole thread. I've talked about this concept before. I've read through it myself more than once, and I find it to be very fascinating. I don't know if he is or isn't right. But he retweeted that on the very last day of October and wrote, friendly reminder, I still fully stand by this. Real math for the win 100%. Okay, well, what about this then? Well, here is chart analyst Plan B. He's at 100 trillion USD on Twitter. That's his handle there. And he's perhaps the very most well-known and popular crypto chart analyst on the entire freaking planet. And I say that just based on the following here. You can see he's got 1.3 million followers on Twitter. Like, that's incredible. And so he's the guy that first applied the stock to flow model to Bitcoin, so that's what he's famous for. And his models have been shockingly accurate, dating back to the beginning of time for Bitcoin. Just applying certain metrics, or looking at certain metrics based on, and you look at how history has just unfolded for Bitcoin, just applying the model. It's been accurate. And nothing's absolutely necessarily 100% spot on, but take a look at this. So in August, he said that Bitcoin would hit at least $47,000. Now, mind you, people were still at this point losing their ever-loving minds over the price action of Bitcoin. Here, let's for fun just pull up. I'll just pull up a year-to-date chart, but let's see where the price was the beginning part of August. There you go, $39,000. So it would come up from its low already of about $29,000. But it wasn't really clear if we were going to continue to see some upward price action or cratering back down. Some people still at that point thought we would see Bitcoin at $20,000, which I always thought was highly unlikely, bordering on absurd. But okay, it's crypto, so I wasn't going to 100% rule it out. But anyway, so in August, he said at least $47,000, and what do you know? That was hit. And then September, $43,000. Okay, that was hit. Now, in October, he had been calling for $63,000 at least for the price action of Bitcoin, and it actually didn't hit it, but it was damn close. Ended up being over $61,000. So we were at October, 61K. New monthly close, all-time high. Okay, 3% rounding error. Close enough for me. Now, here's why I wanted to talk about this, and this is huge implications for XRP. He's saying that by the end of November, like November is going to close, Bitcoin will close over $98,000. So this is why I keep saying, now that's well beyond what, for instance, the blockchain backer is calling for, and this is a very specific time period as well. Think about that. So if this happens, then we will know that this model, there's something to it at least. I think the blockchain backer will actually, and that's an if. I'm not saying that I don't know. I'm not pretending to know. But I think even the blockchain backer, if this happens, he's not going to be sad because that means what his crypto holdings are, like they're worth more for him too. And so it would invalidate, I think. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I think that would probably invalidate it, though. His expectation in terms of how high Bitcoin's getting this market cycle. So we could invalidate. So if that happens, and then perhaps it's way more likely that this model is correct. And he's calling for Bitcoin to hit $135,000 in December. And so you got to understand, like, the reason I wanted to highlight this and why it matters for XRP holders is because if this model is correct, and fine, it was off a little bit for October, but we're splitting hairs at this point, right? It's pretty well on track, right? I'm just saying, if it continues, the implications of what this means for XRP price action, it's just going to be staggering. I mean, the idea of XRP only hitting $10 to $13 if Bitcoin's running up this high, only $10 to $13? Because look, I think that's perfectly plausible. And again, this is not me saying what I think is more likely because I don't know who's right. And I keep admitting that for again for a reason. I don't know if the blockchain backer's right or if somebody like Plan B is correct. But if you think that Bitcoin's going to top at $75,000, and that means XRP would probably reasonably hit $10 to $13 at its peak this market cycle, then you must think that XRP is going to hit way higher than that if the analysis that Plan B is sharing here ends up being actually correct. Again, Bitcoin at $98,000 this month, November, and December over $135,000. That would say something. So look, my point is, we're not going to have to wait much longer to know whether or not this is correct. Because if the blockchain backers model is correct, what he's predicting here in November will not happen. It will be broken, and maybe we can just stop talking about this. But this is what's getting bandied about all over crypto. And again, there's a reason. It's just this guy has been, credit where it's due. He's been shockingly accurate on all sorts of stuff. So that's fine. I'm thankful there are people out here like Plan B and the blockchain backer and everybody else that I cover on this channel fairly regularly that are kind of putting their necks on the line here and sharing their personal opinions, because it takes guts to come out so firmly, especially for someone like the blockchain backer who has a minority opinion here as far as how high Bitcoin's going to go. Like, that takes guts. And so I say props. Like, whoever ends up being right, whoever ends up being wrong, I just like this sharing of ideas, and I like it when people, don't get salty towards people if they're not 100% correct about it, because you can't be 100% correct about everything. But this is something here. So, no, I mean, if you're talking about Bitcoin going this high, yeah, you better expect XRP much, much higher. I mean, wouldn't you think? You tell me what you think. 25, 30, maybe higher than that for XRP this market cycle? Like, we're going to know inside of 30 days. Because either this is going to happen or it's not. And if it does happen, whew, and if it doesn't, okay, a little disappointing, but it is what it is, And here's a tweet from chart analyst Michael Vanderpop on this. He wrote, yes, Bitcoin might not close above $63,000 this month. However, Plan B's hit rate on the stock to flow model is way better than your trading performance, so I wouldn't really roast him at all. Bitcoin at $61,000 is just as fine and close enough. And I gotta admit, I feel the same in a general sense. 61 and not 63,000. I'm like, we're splitting hairs. If it's about there, and it is about there, then okay. I mean, do you think that he literally meant like it was going to be at $63,000? Why not $63,001? Why not $63,420.89? You know, the point is to get the idea across of roughly where he thought Bitcoin would be. You have to pick a number, and you do have. There's a little bit of I don't know. You have to be slightly arbitrary, right? Because you have to pick an actual number. So anyway, I don't mind that one bit. And then Michael Vanderpop also tweeted out, altcoins making moves left and right, but the real alt season isn't even taking place. And indeed, I'm not going to get into it as much in this video, but there have been some coins that have really been rocketing up. And I still, as exciting as it is to see a coin here and there pop up, like, this is not the grand finale. We're not there yet. Could be months away, or perhaps even more than that. I don't pretend to know, but it is indeed coming. I also wanted to highlight this. This is from Leb Crypto. He shared his thoughts in terms of price action for XRP, and he wrote, assuming Bitcoin remains bullish for Q4, for Q4, and then he wrote, first month of Q4 certainly has, then here's a very simple and reasonable way to speculate on XRP's end-of-year target. This is consistent also with my high time frame projections since 2019. And he wrote, $13 is a major TP level for me. So $13, that's a point where he's going to be looking to cash out right there, take some profit. End of year. Look, I don't make price predictions, so I don't know. Is this going to happen within that specific time frame? I don't know, but that definitely sounds like a plausible concept. $13? Yeah. And who knows, if you're talking about, and I don't know if this would be the top two, like let's say Plan B is correct and Bitcoin does hit $135,000 at least this year in December. Well, if that ends up being towards the later part of the cycle, that's what it proves to be the final inflation of the Bitcoin bubble. You're not going to have to wait long past that to see XRP rally if history ends up repeating itself. So even if it's spilled into, who knows, January or something like that, like we are that close, folks. We are so close after all this time. Many of us been in this for years and years and years, and I personally believe so strongly it's very well going to pay off. I'll go ahead and wrap up there, though. Please let me know what you think. I am very curious. I think it's a fun topic to consider and talk about here, but let me know in the comments section who you think is most probably correct in terms of where this market's going to top off. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.